Hello and welcome to today's video, guys. We are here playing GTA, but that's not the point in today's video. The point in today's video is to explain to you guys the new format that we're bringing you guys to our GTA race playlist series with Case that happens every Friday. So this week the race playlist will be taking place in an hour from now. Now the thing about this is that I wanted to bring you guys a new format. Now I had a different way that I planned on presenting this, and I do want to say that I already recorded it once, but it didn't really work. So we're just out here and we'll try it again. So today's GTA video, I wanted to explain the basics of how this format works. And I happen to get my car stuck in one spot. I don't want to get stuck. The way that this format works is sort of just to revise how the points are awarded in the series, and really how the race playlist is won. So I decided sort of to change it up from, if you go out here and race, and if you go and try to win every race, which is obviously the goal, but you know, you maybe don't have the best luck on the races. And this, you may think, well, you haven't had the best luck on the last couple races. Maybe you're changing it for yourself. Nah, I'm not. I genuinely want to make it a better series for both of us. So the first thing about this is that the race playlist in the game sort of gives you points based on if you win, you get 15. If you get second, you get 12. If you don't win, you get no points. So what we decided, I decided, and Casey obviously had to be in on it for it to be something we do, was you get 5 points for winning. So whoever wins the race gets 5 points. So that's pretty cool. It's less points for winning than in the old format, but you still get points for winning, obviously. Second place, you get 3 points, so it's a little less of a gap from the winning and losing because it's only 2 points different, but again, you're still getting points for second place. And now here's where it's a little bit different. You get 1 point for a DNF. It's like, hey, you did the race, at least you get a point. You know, here's something to not necessarily make your whole race useless and really hurt you. Now, you still obviously will have the effect of a DNF if you don't lead laps in that race. Because every single lap you lead in a race, you get a point. So if you lead, say it's a 10-lap race and you lead 7 laps, you're going to get 7 points. That does include the last lap that includes your win. So if you win and you only lead the last lap, you will get a point still. So it helps that if you stay in the lead, you can win and you get more points. So it sort of makes it, if you dominate a race, you do good. And if you dominate a race and maybe don't win in the end by messing up in like the last corner, it doesn't hurt as much as, oh wow, I've led this whole lap and look at me, I'm not winning, getting all the points, because you still get more points. Because we tested this in the Dukes playlist that we did a couple weeks ago with this car. And we also did this, a playlist right after the Case and I just did as a test for the series. And we ended up having a situation where I led a lot more laps than Casey in the race, but lost the race, and I still ended up with more points than him because I led more laps. So leading laps does have an impact. So that is going to be an important thing to look out for in the video coming up a little bit later. Another thing is that whoever wins the playlist in-game, because obviously the game will still keep track for us, will get 1 bonus point in the end. So if you do end up getting what would be at one point the win in the race playlist itself in this game, you will still get at least a point. You know, it's pretty helpful. That 1 point could decide if you're gonna win or lose. Maybe it doesn't really matter, but it's there to help you. The other thing is that we have, if you get a tie, the in-game points will be the factor of it. So you still don't necessarily want to just be like, okay, I'm going to rely on the laps led just in that one case. And the final thing is that if we go into a race, now let me show up to a car here as an example. If this car in front here, say it's Casey, okay, and we're racing, and I hit into the car, and the car spins out, and they go for the side, I'm going to have to wait till Casey gets his car going straight forward. And obviously it's the same way if he hits into me. If we wreck, basically, by making contact with each other, the other person has to wait till everybody's all set and ready to go. Just to make it a little bit more fair for you guys. Not necessarily for you guys, but make it a little bit more fair for us in that sense because of the laps and the points. Because if you don't... if you wreck in the first turn, if you go in there and you hit someone in the first turn, you can just kind of dominate points-wise. You go in the first turn, you're like, oh, shit, I crashed into you, and then you're just out for the rest of the race. You're just going around, you're going to end up with 3 points, and the person's going to end up with, 10. So we did that to make it a little bit more close. Now, if you go into a corner, like say I'm racing here, okay, this is me, and I go into this corner, and I go around here, and I hit this, and then I crash like this, okay? And I'm stuck, and, I'm spinning out because my car won't go. And I'm like, oh no, what do I do? Casey still can go. So if I mess up on a turn myself and wreck, or if he messes up himself, you don't have to wait. But, again, if you make contact like this, and the car in front wrecks, or however you hit that car wrecks, you will then have to wait for everybody to get sorted out. But if you just crash and spin out on your own, then that's on you. So I think everything is well sorted out for this playlist case, and I have done a test playlist, and of course we added in the rule of those wrecks just because sort of realizing by playing it a little bit what happens, that you can have incidents like that happen. So it sort of really just cuts down on it. We introduced that rule pretty early on, so if you guys want to go see how this format works before the new video comes out, go watch our Duke of Death live stream from a couple weeks ago and skip ahead to the racing portion of it. You guys can see there. Or you guys can check out the brand new video coming out later today where we'll be testing, well, not testing, but actually racing this brand new format. And I'm really looking forward to you guys checking out that video and seeing how things work out in that. And of course, if we find a flaw in it or something that we think we should add as a rule, of course we will be adding that in, working on it, and trying to just improve this format. So I know this is a lot longer than the original video I planned. Kind of sucks that it didn't get to work. Because I was going to just have pictures of the different cars that we race, and it was going to pop up on the screen with each rule as I introduced them, but things didn't work out. And we didn't get to do that, so I had to come out here and play this, and of course that sort of let me keep talking for longer. By the way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Learned how the new format works. I'll see you guys in the next one.